Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan, and today I'm taking a look at the 57 LEGO idea sets up for review, seeing how they stack up, and trying to guess which ones will be made real. Now, LEGO ideas can be really hit or miss with which sets are chosen, and that's kind of the nature of the beast when you open it up to public voting. A lot of people might back a project that really never had a chance to begin with. So let's find out which of the 57 sets I think are winners, bearing in mind this is just my opinion. And of course, major kudos to all of the designers who are on this list, because reaching 10,000 votes is no small feat. I have my iPad mini right here with the list set up. I have not looked at this list yet. This is all just my first impressions. I'll try not to ramble, but there might be some sets that I speak more about than others. So let's get right to it. First set is the Princess Bride Gilder Frontier by FS Lenad. I would love a Princess Bride set, but I don't think this is it, and I'll tell you why. I think the ratio of minifigures to build is just too large. The build is pretty small, but there are 5 figures on a display stand. If maybe they made this a bit more of a larger playset as opposed to an architecture scale, I think it'd be really fun. If LEGO ever got the rights to Princess Bride, I would love a Princess Bride set. I just don't think this is the right one. Number 2, Tutankhamun by Swan Dutchman. This definitely plays into more of that art aspect that LEGO Ideas has been kind of dipping into with the typewriter, the piano, the Van Gogh piece. I think this would work well as sort of a continuation of the LEGO Bust series. It's definitely a contender. I don't think I'd really vied for it, but yeah, LEGO might. Number 3, The Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween Town by TV Rules My Life. Yeah, they could renew their partnership with Disney to make a Nightmare Before Christmas set. However, I'm not sure they will, because they've kind of already included the minifigures in the Disney minifigure CMF series, so I don't think doing a set based on it would be the best idea, unless they maybe did like Oogie Boogie's Lair and made new figures. It's a really beautiful set, but I'm not sure LEGO will pick it. Number 4, Hyrule Castle from Legend of Zelda by Artman Bizave. If LEGO were to make a Legend of Zelda series, I think they would have done so already by now. There's been a couple of Zelda submissions in the past rounds, and none of them have been chosen. I think with LEGO having that partnership with Mario and Nintendo, they might try to go with more Nintendo sets, but maybe they wait until after the Mario movie comes out and seeing what the response is. But yeah, I would love, it's kind of a renewed castle series, but in the style of Legend of Zelda. But LEGO might need to kind of pause their actual castle series in order to get it to work. Look, if they pull it off, if they did it, I would buy it in a heartbeat. This looks gorgeous. But again, I'm not sure they'll pick it, but for the best reason of they might do it themselves. Number 5, The Polar Express by Mini Brick Productions. I don't think this is really a high contender because it's just a train, and I don't mean that to kind of diss the designer and diss the Polar Express, but it's just a train. Granted, we haven't had a really good train in a while. LEGO's kind of moved their focus into cars. But if they were to do a train, yeah, the Polar Express would be gorgeous. It might kind of step on the toes of the holiday train that was a couple years ago. Beautiful set. Not sure if they do it. Number 6, Steampunk Airship by Brickhammer. This would kind of be a nice sister piece to Pirates in Barracuda Bay, where that was a pirate ship and this is an airship. That'd be really fun, and I could see LEGO, again, kind of continuing their non-branded but really fun designs. Yeah, this would be really fun, and I actually could see LEGO making this set. Would I buy it? It wouldn't be that high on my list, but it sure looks really pretty. Number 7, Baba Yaga by Artman Bizave. Is that his second set on the list? Yeah, good for him. Wow, 2 sets. I have no idea what the set is. It's a house with legs. I know Baba Yaga is folklore. I don't know which folklore it is, though. I don't see LEGO making this set. I think the idea of doing kind of ancient evil folklore doesn't really line up with their core audience. It's a darker theme for sure, and they have made darker sets. I just don't think this is a set that they're willing to make. Number 8, The Office by SoGenius106. This is like the 5th or 4th Office set that's been pushed to LEGO Ideas. I've heard multiple reasons why LEGO has not accepted an Office set yet, whether it be size or price or the fact that there already exists a knockoff set that is still being sold. And even if so, I do like this set. It tries to condense Dunder Mifflin into a smaller set the size of like the Big Bang Theory or Central Perk, and that's a really admirable job, especially as someone who's making a giant Dunder Mifflin. It's tough to condense that all into one small space. I think with The Office, you're going to have a really hard time trying to find a way to both please fans of The Office who want that expansive, vast set with all the figures, and LEGO, who wants to make a contained set with not a lot of figures so that they have room for expansion. Number 9, LEGO DNA Double Helix Discovery by LEGO DNA. A science piece, kind of in the veins of the ship in the bottle, but more technical. I really like that idea. The model itself looks pretty repetitive, and it would probably be a really boring build. The 4 minifigures, I could see LEGO just scrapping for production costs, because a lot of it would go towards that giant double helix. I don't see them making this set, but not because it doesn't fit into LEGO ideas, but because the build looks really repetitive and doesn't have that incredible level of detail that like the Fisherman House or Barracuda Bay has. Number 10, The X-Files I Want to Believe by Brett Waller. This is a tiny diorama set that would be really cute to have, but unless LEGO were to make it probably the size of at least the Flintstones set, I don't see them putting money into a set this small. Number 11, Metroid Samus Aran's Gunship by El Diego? Let's go with El Diego. Again, if LEGO were to make Nintendo sets, I think they would have done so already. So I'm going to say they won't, but again, for the reason of perhaps they already have plans to do this. Number 12, The House of Chocolate by Lepra LEGO. This is a cool, almost modular looking set. I think it's a chocolate shop that would be a modular building. That's a really cool idea. I don't think LEGO has ever accepted a modular building idea from LEGO Ideas. They had their factory one, which is the Market Street, but I'm not sure they do it nowadays because it seems like the designers put their best foot forward with these modular buildings, and I don't see them giving up control of that. But would an old style chocolate factory / candy store work well as a modular? Yeah, it would. That'd be really cool. I would love that. Number 13, Chitty Flies Again by Norders. This is a model of the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. This kind of fits into the Creator Expert car series, the Aston Martin DB5, the Fast and the Furious vehicle. So I could definitely see LEGO making this a real set. Whether or not I'd get it? Probably not. I'm not a fan of those big, complicated car builds. And I really wish they included at least one exclusive minifigure. Give me a James Bond figure. I was really let down by that, actually. Number 14, Among Us, the Scaled Detailed Map by VaderFan2187. I really don't see how this would be a fun set because you can't play the game in LEGO because the point of the game is to be hidden behind screens and have your identity a mystery. So how would this work in LEGO? Moreover, while the model does look nice, it's just too vast and expansive and probably outside of LEGO's typical range of themes. It's a bit too mature. There's a lot of murder in it, and I don't see LEGO doing a set with a lot of murder in it. Number 15, Welcome to the Black Parade by VNM Bricks. I don't know a darn thing about this. I don't know anything. It looks to be like a hard rock band. You got your drum kit, your guitars. The fact that there's a skull on the front of this and a lot of red blood, again, kind of screams, this is too mature for LEGO, and I don't think they'd go for it. Number 16, Succulent Garden by Succulent Joe. I'm surprised this isn't already a real LEGO set. Between the bonsai, the flowers, they're making a lot of plant-based sets, so if this isn't accepted, don't be surprised if you see a similar set coming out within about a year. Number 17, The Village Post Office by Bricked1980. Another modular building, and I love this set. I really would want this to be real, whether by this exact design or just a modular post office. That'd be awesome. I'd love it. This design is gorgeous. I love the multicolored roof. I love the post office vehicle. It reminds me of Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. I love the phone booth they added to this set, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten one of those in the modular city. I really hope this is real. I would buy it in a heartbeat, but again, I don't see LEGO relinquishing control of their modular series to a fan designer. Number 18, Train Bookends by Jimmy DK. This is actually a really fun, clever idea that I would imagine they could make, again, in that sort of vein of art pieces like the ship in the bottle or the typewriter that really only serve as display pieces. I personally would not get it because I don't really see a need for bookends for myself. I don't have a lot of books. Well, I do, but they're all digital. But yeah, I could see them maybe making this set. This is a maybe. Number 19, LEGO Viking Ship by Jonas Cram. A Viking ship would be awesome, but I think this is too small. A lot of minifigures, not a lot of build, probably not going to happen. Number 20, Jazz Quartet by Hisinwei Chi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. This kind of style of figures, I'm surprised LEGO hasn't made more of, or any of for that matter, because it's really gorgeous. Maybe if this was more of an automaton where they actually could be moved and posed, kind of like the Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill automaton. If it was kind of like that, yeah, that'd be really fun to build. Would LEGO make this? Probably not. Number 21, Animal Crossing New Horizons Paradise by Tiago Catarino. I don't see this set being made, nor do I think I really want it. It's pretty minimal in its kind of build quality. There's some nice colors and some pretty fun details with the roof shape, but there's not a lot to it. This seems like one of the sets that got voted in because people really want an Animal Crossing set, but I don't see the appeal in building this, or displaying it, or playing with it. Number 22, Medieval Marketplace by Dominic QN. I think this hits too close to the medieval blacksmith to be made, and I don't see them redesigning this set in the style of the blacksmith to kind of match. I think that'd be really disingenuous to Dominic QN to tweak his design to match someone else's so it's made. So I'm going to say no for this one. Number 23, Bike Lanes by Marcel Steeman. This is actually a really clever idea for a set. It'd be an add-on to the new road plate system. You'd have a sidewalk, a bike lane, and then a road. I don't see this as a LEGO idea submission because there's just nothing else to it, but it's a really good idea to add to your own city, so nice job, Marcel. I really like this idea. Number 24, Working Bowling Alley with Functional Pinsetter and Ball Return by LEGO Paradise. Oh, this is fun. I don't see this being made because it's kind of too bulky for the minimal amount of scene there is. Let me explain. Central Perk, The Big Bang Theory, Flintstones, they're small diorama sets that have a lot of detail to them and a lot going on. This bowling alley set, it seems like a lot of the piece count and real estate on the set would be dedicated to the mechanics of it to get it to work. So I just don't see LEGO choosing a set like this that has probably a pretty high piece count for not a lot of value. You're getting a bowling alley little vignette, one lane, one set of pins. It's a really cool notion, and if they were to incorporate this into, say, a modular arcade bowling alley set, that might be better. Number 25, ASTERIX and OBELIX by Zito Vince GP. Two busts of, I believe, French-Canadian characters. Yeah, they look really, really well done. They're beautifully rendered. They have no prints, no stickers on them, which is impressive to say the least. I think with the LEGO bus line, this kind of combats it, doesn't really fit into that style, so I don't see them making it, but they look really pretty. Number 26, LEGO Bookends by Farm Farm, another Bookends set. They kind of already have the, for lack of a better word, book market covered, and this goes to show with 57 submissions, you're going to have some overlap of ideas. Number 27, The Shire, The Hobbit Hole of Frodo and Bilbo Baggins by TB Brick Creator. They already have a Lord of the Rings and Hobbit series, and I think they already have a set that looks just like this, so I doubt this will be made. There's also just a ton of grass and foliage pieces into this. That's just the first thing I see is like, God, how many foliage pieces would we need to build this set? I know the Ship in a Bottle had a lot of water pieces, but this is just almost overkill. Number 28, The King's Castle by Brickhammer. Again, another kind of medieval set that I think would go against LEGO's Castle brand. I don't see what's different or special about this that they couldn't already make. So I don't think this will be made. 29, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Face Brickup. I love this. I love the scale of it. I love the proportions of build to minifigures. I love the fact that the chocolate river actually can be movable, so there's play features involved, there's a beautiful display quality. I could see this being made. I would love for this to be made. I really hope that LEGO still has their contract with Warner Brothers, the maker and distributor of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, to make this set real, because it would be just beautiful. Number 30, The Truly of Albero Bello by Renato Lovicario Rena WSL. I don't know what this is, but I really like the way it looks. There's a really unique roof style to this that's just beautiful. It's a small little, looks like stony hut with some trees. Again, I have no idea what this is, but it's really pretty, and I doubt LEGO would pick it. 31, Ancient Greek Temple by H.P. Brickster. This set looks absolutely huge, and I really don't think LEGO would make a set this big. I think this would be almost 1.5 times the size of Barracuda Bay, and it would just take a lot of real estate. You know, maybe. I'm going to correct myself immediately. Maybe they'd make this, because we don't have a lot of ancient Greek style LEGO, I think, so this would be kind of a cool, different time period of LEGO to make, and have a nice Pantheon temple building. That'd be really fun. Maybe they'd make it. Maybe. They'd have to scale it down by quite a bit, but maybe they'd make it. 32, The Karate Kid Wax On, Wax Off by Delusion Brick. This is another set that had to scale down a lot to make it work. The minifigures, as you can see, are tiny in this. It's a full house, full surrounding fence, 2 cars, grass, electric poles, smaller, a lot smaller. We've seen how LEGO designers have shrunk the Sesame Street set. I imagine they're going to shrink the Home Alone set, so they would have to really minimize this to make it work. 33, CLAUS Toys by Bricky Brick. This looks like a Santa Claus modular building, which would be probably the first holiday-themed modular. Again, I don't see LEGO relinquishing control of the series, but I am really happy to see so many modulars on this list. It shows LEGO that, hey, there are fans that really wanted to help you design these sets, or at least give you ideas of buildings. This might combat against the holiday sets and the Grand Emporium modular because it's a toy shop, but it's really beautiful, and I think LEGO should consider a holiday-themed modular building. Number 34, The Sewing Workshop, again by Bricky Brick. Kudos, man. Another larger modular building. I think a tailor slash fabric store slash cobbler would be a really cool idea for a modular building. So, LEGO, you got some good ideas now. Number 35, My Lego Totoro, featuring Cat Bus by Lego Truman. I don't know much about Totoro outside of the fact that he's a big old gray cat and has an umbrella, I think. But there's a really smart choice here to make Totoro what looks like brickhead size with the minifigures. That's a really smart proportion, and it gives LEGO the option to make a brickhead Totoro. I know nothing about this cat bus, but it is terrifying. Number 36, NASA's SLS and Artemis by Matthew Nolan. I think we've had too many space sets as of late between Saturn V, ISS, Woman of NASA. I just don't think that there's right now any more demand for more space sets. And even from me. I love space, but I don't have space for space. Number 37, The Lisbon Tram by Bricky Brick. Is that his 3rd set? Dude, good for you. Well, it looks like the largest of his 3 sets. This assembly square size modular has a tram built into it. I love the idea, but here's why I don't think it would work. You would have to raise the level of sidewalk in order to give the tram a slot to fit into, and that would raise it above the other modular building sidewalks, kind of making it feel like a black sheep. So, would there be a way to make a tram for the city? I don't know, but I know this would probably not work. Number 38, Via Rail Canadian by Nick Lafreniere 1. I don't know much about this train. It looks pretty generic, but it looks well built, but I doubt it'd be made. Number 39, Castle of Lord AFOL and the Black Knights by Sleepless Night. AFOL meaning adult fan of LEGO, so that's a nice little touch there. But this castle set, I don't see being made because, again, it's a castle set. There already exist them, LEGO already makes them, and we got a lot of them too. Number 40, SPACEX, Starship and Super Heavy BFR by Heymaw99 and Kehemire. Like I said earlier, I think we need a bit of a break from space sets, and while this one looks great, just at the wrong time. Number 41, The Simpsons, The Krusty Burger by Fast Brick Studios. Another Simpsons set would be great. We have their home, we have the Quickie Mart, why not Krusty Burger? Again, it comes down to licensing if they still have the rights to make this kind of set. If they do, I think it's a pretty cool option. If not, I understand why. Number 42, Lego Modular Expansion Pack by Fargo73. This is a beautifully designed park, and I kind of actually have something similar over my right shoulder by the Ferris wheel, with some foliage, a nice water fountain, the coffee stand, so I can see why there would be a desire for this kind of set. With a newsstand, a statue, a park with a fence around it, yeah, this would be really fun. Maybe if LEGO were to make a smaller modular building and include this, kind of like the pet shop, but instead of doing 2 smaller buildings, do 1 small building and 1 park. That'd be really fun. Number 43, 4.5 liter 1927-31 Bentley Blower by Ben Crute 19. A really gorgeous looking vehicle that again would fit into their larger creator expert series. Could be made? Maybe. I probably wouldn't get it myself, but it's a maybe. Number 44, Fantasy Castle by Lego Monkey. Another castle set, while really well done, I gotta say no to this one. Number 45, The Castle of Brickwood Forest by Povok. See, number 44, great set, castle set, so no. Number 46, Violin by Samuel H.O. Just by looking at this set, I think it has a high chance of being made. It's very similar to the piano. It's a brick-built instrument that's really well rendered. I don't know if it'll have any actual quote-unquote playable features, but if they were to expand the app, then I could see this being a beautiful set and a nice addition to the piano. Number 47, Marine Life by Brick Dangerous. Kind of a aquatic version of the bird set from a while ago. This is a really clever idea. You have these 3 glass tubes with a seahorse, jellyfish, and clownfish. If LEGO were to make this real, I think they'd probably remove those glass enclosures just to kind of have them be freestanding sculptures, kind of like the bird set. But yeah, this could easily be made. Number 48, Lego Astronaut by Lego Truman. A more unique space set as it's a giant brick-built astronaut, which is a really cool idea. But again, it's a space set, so I don't think there's much of a push for it. Number 49, The Office by Lego The Office. I think this is his 2nd or 3rd attempt to make an office set on LEGO Ideas, and it just goes to show how much support there is for any LEGO office set. The fact that there's 2 from different designers in this round of review speaks volumes that people want The Office, and it's one of the reasons why I made my own. Again, this tries to condense a giant set into something a bit more manageable, but I just think if they have said no so many times, there's a reason why, whether it be size or that knockoff, I think it's Fat Mojo set. Not to self-promote, but I think it'd be better if they made individual sets of different parts of The Office as a series, as opposed to one big set. Number 50, Winter Snow Globes by Lego Truman. It's funny, I actually tried to build a Lego snow globe years ago and I failed miserably at it, so it's really fun to see someone actually do it. Now, Lego did make a, mini snow globe set a while ago. It was like an ornament, one of those like store purchases where you buy 50 in the store, you get this free set. But I love the idea of a snow globe set. I think it'd be kind of fun to have a bunch of little white pieces, little white 1x1 round tiles, you can shake it up. It'd be really fun. I think maybe they'd go for 1 bigger snow globe as opposed to 3 smaller ones, but the idea is really nice. Number 51, A Map of Middle-earth by Artmin Bizayev. This is an interesting take on Lord of the Rings in that it's a topical map that I don't think we've ever gotten a topical style map before. It's a really clever idea, and they actually would include a Tolkien minifigure, which is a nice touch. I think with Lord of the Rings being tied up with Amazon right now with the rights, I doubt LEGO would have the ability to make this set, but topical maps is not a bad idea. Hold on to that one, LEGO. Number 52, Retro Arcade by If You Build It. A modular arcade. Yes, I would love a set like this. I know LEGO Ideas would probably never pick a modular set, but dang, an arcade would be so much fun to have. Arcade bowling alley. LEGO, make it happen. 2022 modular. Number 53, Snow White and the 7 Dwarves by Han Was Yellow First. This has a pretty good chance of being picked, actually. After the Winnie the Pooh set, LEGO seems to be on a Disney trend, and including a Snow White minifigure would be a nice touch after she wasn't included in either of the Disney CMF series. Yeah, this is a gorgeous set, and I could totally see this one being chosen. 54, A Nice Day at the Farm by Audrey Clow. This could be a nice addition to the, building series that LEGO's making with the fishing village and the blacksmith hut. I could see the designers making this a bit bigger, adding some more detail to the walls and roof. This is almost a dark horse, I think. I think dark horse is the right way to put it. It could be chosen. I wouldn't call it a top pick, but don't count out of the race just yet. Number 55, The Fourth Bridge by Michael Deneen. How many years has it been since the London Tower Bridge set? Because I think more bridges would be kind of fun to see in LEGO form. The fact they haven't made another one, like the Golden Gate Bridge, tells me that maybe London Bridge didn't do so well sales-wise, and perhaps they're putting more effort into the architecture series, so this one's probably not going to be made. 56. Scania Next Generation S730 by MPJ83, a giant Technic truck. I'm not sure this falls into LEGO Ideas per se, but I can almost imagine a set like this already existing in their Technic series. So kudos to you for making a set that feels so real that I think it already exists. And number 57, Modular Portal Testing Chamber by Angry4 Artichoke, a set based on portals. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten one of these after Portals made its debut in LEGO Dimensions, and this is a pretty looking but also complicated looking set. The detail behind the wall is really nice, but I don't see this one being made without some major redesigns here. So those are my thoughts on all 57 LEGO Idea sets up for review. My picks as to what I think will be made real are the Violin, Snow White, and Marine Life. But as we've seen with LEGO Ideas before, they can surprise you. What do you think though? Which ones do you think will be made real, and which sets would you want the most? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.